Ned Flanders. That bun got a mean ass kick like Kung Fu Panda. We run shit down, we get back in V, nobody standing. Put on blood, he barely breathing, he can't call for the ambulance. My pants working out, my left pocket kinda swole. We be fucking these twin sisters, they like Nicky in a cold. Youngest nigga doing that, I'm MVP like Derrick Rose. Thought I had some lucky charms, so I was digging in that bowl.
Alright, twins, and D, you know what I'm saying? Good afternoon, good evening, good night, we here. You know what I'm saying? Hope you doing good. Hope you having a good day, whatever you got going on, twin. I appreciate you, twin, you know what I'm saying? You know that? I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. Nobody dropped this in the comments, but y'all put me on, twin had put me on to the Dallas Backdoor videos, and that video was crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So when I seen this video pop up, I recommended, I'm interested, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and catch this little vibe, you know what I'm saying?
In Chicago's underworld, death often comes by invitation. A 9-year-old.
Damn, twin, we started 4 seconds and I ain't even full screen the video yet. And it's already getting heavy. Damn, RP the little twin, that is crazy.
In Chicago's underworld, death often comes by invitation. A 9-year-old boy is enticed with the promise of a snack and led into a lonely alley. A drug dealer drives to a sale, unaware the buyer plans an ambush. A young man goes to meet a pretty girl, never imagining she's bait for a hit. Such chilling setups are no anomaly. Gang warfare and retaliation are rampant in Chicago. Gangs were tied to 61% of homicides in 2011, and luring unsuspecting victims has become a deadly tactic. On the streets, they even have a name for it: getting backdoored, betrayed by someone you trust. From playgrounds to trap houses, these are the true stories of how cunning conspiracies have cost lives in Chicago. Before we get started on this video, make sure you go check out my website that's in the description, where I post viral videos daily. And plus, make sure you like the video and share it with someone to spread the violence awareness. On a crisp November afternoon in 2015, Tyshawn Lee was playing in a Southside Chicago park. A little boy shooting hoops, still in the school uniform. 2 grown men approached the 9-year-old acting friendly. They told Tyshawn they'd take him to the store for a juice or some candy. Feeling safe, Tyshawn followed him into a nearby alley. In an instant, one of the men drew a gun and shot the boy multiple times at point-blank range, killing him in cold blood.
Bro, how? Like, no, nah, like, for real, though. Like, how can you really do that, though, to, like, a 9-year-old, though? Like, bro really just did that, though, like.
Candy. Feeling safe, Tyshawn followed him into a nearby alley. In an instant, one of the men drew a gun and shot the boy multiple times at point-blank range, killing him in cold blood. It was an execution of a child that shook the city to its core. Why would anyone do this? Tyshawn was targeted in a gang feud. Prosecutors later revealed that the killers, Corey Morgan and Dwight Boondody, sought revenge on Tyshawn's father, a gang member they blamed for an earlier shooting. Unable to catch the father, they went after his innocent son. They deliberately lured Tyshawn off the playground with a harmless offer so they could murder him out of sight. The heinous plot worked as planned. As Cook County State's attorney said, "Even in a city numbed by violence, this case shook us to our core." Tyshawn's slaying exposed the depths of Chicago's gang brutality, that even a child's trust could be weaponized for retaliation.
The father of 9-year-old Tyshawn Lee, whose murder shocked Chicago, has been convicted after prosecutors say he tried to get revenge. A jury found Pierre Stokes guilty of attempted murder and...
You already knew Trey was finna slide. You knew Trey was finna slide about that. You knew that.
Tyshawn Lee, whose murder shocked Chicago, has been convicted after prosecutors say he tried to get revenge. A jury found Pierre Stokes guilty of attempted murder and aggravated battery. Prosecutors say Stokes shot 3 people to avenge his own son's death. Tyshawn Lee was shot and killed.
As you should, though, so as you should.
Stokes shot 3 people to avenge his own son's death. Tyshawn Lee was shot and killed in 2015. Police say the shootings were part of a gang dispute.
Many setup murders involve a femme fatale figure, a woman used to gain a victim's trust. In one notorious case, 3 teenage girls in a Chicago gang turned the tables and became assassins themselves. In 1992, these young women lured 2 rival gang members into Humboldt Park with the promise of partying together. Once isolated, the girls executed the 2 men with shots to the head. One was killed in a park restroom, the other outside.
Damn, on her dolly, she caught 2 heads? She walked in legs for 2 heads?
Members into Humboldt Park with the promise of partying together. Once isolated, the girls executed the 2 men with shots to the head.
Oh, you said the girls too? Wait, it was more than one? Am I fraud?
1992, these young women lured 2 rival gang members into Humboldt Park with the promise of partying together. Once isolated, the girls executed the 2 men with shots to the head. One was killed in a park restroom, the other outside on the grass. A Chicago police detective who worked the case recalled escorting one of the teen killers afterward. The girls smirked and flashed gang signs at TV cameras, utterly remorseless. It was virtually unheard of for female gang members to carry out such a hit. Most of the shootings are by the guys. Rarely do we see cases like this where the females are the shooters, a veteran detective remarked. The case became one of Chicago's most infamous honey trap murderers, leveraging feminine guile to put male targets at ease before killing them. Another recent incident involves a young woman known by the nickname Nene. According to community rumor, Nene helped set up a rival gang member to be killed, allegedly luring the target to a location where gunmen awaited. In a horrifying twist, that act of betrayal provoked swift revenge. Shortly after, on February 24, 2020, 27-year-old Stephanie Brooks, Nene's mother, was at home in Ravenswood Manor when a masked man tried to kick in her door. Brooks and her male friends struggled to keep the intruder out, but the gunman blasted shots through the doorway, striking Brooks in the chest. The mother of 3 died on the floor. Police believe her murder was not random. It was a targeted retaliation linked to an earlier gang shooting that month. In other words, if the street talk is to be believed, the killers couldn't catch Nene herself, so they took vengeance on her family. While authorities haven't confirmed the daughter's role, the specter of a honey trap leading to such a brutal payback has only fueled the legend of Chicago's backdoor betrayals.
Figure out as they investigate this case, specifically a possible link between this shooting last night and one earlier in the month during which a Chicago firefighter was injured not more than a mile away from here. A mother of 3 young children, Stephanie Brooks, was just 27 years old when she was gunned down yesterday inside this Ravenswood Manor apartment building.
I heard commotion, and like a forceful commotion, then I heard a pop.
Not all lures use romance. Some use business. The promise of easy money or a routine drug transaction can be bait for an unsuspecting mark. Take the case of Giovanni Galindo, a small-time drug dealer on Chicago's southwest side. In September 2014, Galindo agreed to meet some customers in the Clearing neighborhood near Midway Airport to sell them marijuana. What he didn't know was that the deal was a deadly setup from the start. A local teen, Luis Alfaro, had secretly conspired with 2 friends to rob a dealer. Alfaro's job was to lure in a victim. Prosecutors say an acquaintance promised Alfaro free drugs as a reward if he would arrange the marijuana sale and lead a dealer into their trap. On the appointed day, Galindo met Alfaro's associates, 16-year-old Pedro Corral and another teen in a car. The buyers asked to inspect the weed. The moment Galindo revealed his stash, Corral pulled out a gun and shot Galindo multiple times, killing him on the spot. The young thieves grabbed the drugs and fled. Even though Alfaro wasn't physically present for the murder, he had set everything in motion, and afterward he received his cut of stolen narcotics as payment for luring the victim. Police soon caught on and charged all 3 teens with first-degree murder. A Chicago judge denied bail to the alleged triggerman Corral, underscoring the gravity of the crime. Galindo's fate illustrates a common scenario: a fake drug deal used as bait, a seller walking blindly into a robbery turned murder. It's an example of how in Chicago's shadow economy, even a friendly buyer could be setting you up for a bullet. Organized crime groups have long exploited such ruses. Chicago police warned that gangs and crews often use social media and online marketplaces to lure victims for robberies, and those robberies can easily end in homicide. Meeting a stranger for what looks like a simple transaction can be as dangerous as any turf confrontation. For Galindo, the setup was business, but it cost him his life, and he's far from the only one. Stories of deadly drug deal setups dot Chicago's crime blotter every year, a cautionary tale for anyone dealing on these streets. Perhaps the most disturbing kind of setup is the betrayal from within, being sold out by someone you consider a friend. In Chicago's gangland, this is known as getting backdoored. The idea is that a close associate secretly aligns with enemies or has their own agenda to eliminate you, catching you. In Chicago's gangland, this is known as getting backdoored. The idea is that a close associate secretly aligns with enemies or has their own agenda to eliminate you, catching you off guard when your guard is down. These backdoor hits breed an especially poisonous mix of paranoia and heartbreak on the streets. Such betrayals aren't limited to gangsters either. In 2012, a shocking case made headlines when a 15-year-old girl in Chicago set up her own 17-year-old friend to be beaten by a gang. She invited the unsuspecting teen boy to meet in an alley where her crew was waiting in ambush. The group brutally attacked him. The girl even filmed the assault on her phone as it happened. He survived the beating, and the video helped.
Set me up and recorded this crazy. It's bad enough you set me up. You gonna record it too. Damn.
Alley where her crew was waiting in ambush. The group brutally attacked him. The girl even filmed the assault on her phone as it happened. He survived the beating, and the video helped police catch the attackers. The incident was a stark reminder that even school-age kids might backdoor their friends for clout or revenge. In Chicago's climate of mistrust and revenge, the backdoor phenomenon thrives. Gang members live in fear of inside setups. They may avoid posting their real-time locations on social media or think twice about attending gatherings, knowing a smiling invite can mask a murder plot. The paranoia is not unfounded. When a high-profile rapper from Chicago was killed in 2020, rumors immediately swirled that a close associate dropped his location to enemies. Whether true or not, it shows the first question that arises after any street killing is, was it a setup? These stories of calculated setup murders underline a disturbing reality. In Chicago, trust can be a fatal vulnerability. The tactics vary: a lure of a child, a honey trap seduction, a staged drug deal, a betrayal by a confidant, but the pattern is the same. It's an invitation to one's own destruction, delivered by someone the victim perceives as harmless or even as an ally. The fallout from these incidents is profound. Each successful setup tends to provoke further bloodshed as gangs seek revenge for being outwitted. For instance, Tyshawn Lee's slaying led to outrage even among hardened gang members, some of whom vowed to retaliate for the violation of unwritten codes. The cycle continued. Just months after Tyshawn's murder, his father was accused of shooting several people linked to one of the killers, a bloody tit-for-tat spawned by the initial ruse. In the end, the prevalence of luring tactics has fed a climate of constant suspicion on Chicago streets. It's trust nobody taken to the extreme. A simple knock at the door, a friend's phone call, or a DM from a cute girl can all be viewed as potential traps. Community activists note that.
Anyways, twins, that's crazy. Shorty set bro up, recorded it, and got them niggas caught. Shorty set him up, recorded it, and got niggas caught. That's crazy. Anyway, stay out them streets, twins. Close that back door. You know what I'm saying? And stay focused on whatever it is you gotta be focused on. You know what I'm saying? Them streets don't love nobody. The point is, though, I got a few more videos to do for y'all boys. Drop a like and drop a sub. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, twin. But look, I'm gonna see y'all niggas in the next one, bro.